Wow, what a knockout by Anthony Joshua. Second round destruction. I called it an annihilation of Francis Ngannou in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Mark Abrams here. Just a little post fight wrap up. Anthony Joshua looked great. I mean, considering what Ngannou looked like in October when he fought against Tyson Fury, when he dropped him. A lot of people, I mean, the line was less than 4-1. I mean, I saw as low as 350 for Anthony Joshua, knocked him down brutally 3 times, destroys Ngannou, and not taking nothing away from Ngannou. Tyson Fury down the broadcast made a couple very astute points when he said, he chased his dreams. Yeah, he got $20 million to chase his dreams. I mean, I know fighting in the squared circle is a very tough, maybe the toughest thing to do for any athlete out there. But he got $20 million tonight. So let's not, say, well, he dared to be great. A lot of people out there for $20 million, not me, but, professional athletes, professional fighters will dare to be great. And like I said, you got guys like Ariel Helwani who basically called this fight for the heavyweight championship of the world because he said that Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. Well, he didn't beat Tyson Fury. People thought he didn't get his hand raised. It's the bottom line. And, Ngannou will go back to the PFL and beat up on whoever's over there. Maybe he'll try his hand again at boxing. Maybe there's a guy out there who'll come along who's a good style matchup for him. And maybe he doesn't, throw the missiles that Anthony Joshua has. And Joshua now, I think what Fury said at the end of the broadcast, he's not going to wait a year because it looks like there's going to be 2 fights probably with Fury and Usyk. And he's not going to wait a year to fight Fury. So maybe he'll go grab the IBF belt once it becomes vacant, fight Hrgovic, easy fight to make, both fights with Matchroom. That becomes for the IBF belt. Then Fury and Usyk do what they need to do. Hopefully it's Fury because we've seen the Usyk fight twice. I don't see that fight going any different than the first 2 went. So, let's hope Fury wins these couple fights coming up in May. And he mentioned October. I guess it's the first time I've heard those dates after May of being October for the rematch. So Anthony Joshua defeats Francis Ngannou, and like I said, now we don't have to hear Ariel Helwani, who I respect as an MMA guy, but some of his boxing takes are, I don't know where he's getting them from. But it was good broadcast, good show tonight. Just want to go over some of the winners. Joseph Parker, an upset winner tonight, a little bit over Zheli Zhang, wins the majority decision to capture the interim WBO heavyweight championship. So it's the second time he was the WBO regular champion. Now he's the interim champion. Kind of resurrected his career a little bit in the last year or so with the win over Wilder, the win over Zhang, and a good outing, 115, 111, 114, 112, 113, 113. Ray Vargas and Nick Ball fought to a draw. Was a really good matchup. Tail 2 fights. Vargas landed the good fight, landed the good shots in the first 6 rounds. And I believe we have some, see if I got some questions here. Let's see here. My man, Mike Cameron. Mike Cameron, who always busts me on the Sixers. Now that's so they're getting blown out again, probably. We're talking boxing, Mike. So if you have a boxing point, let us know. Ray Vargas and Nick Ball fought to a draw. Vargas controlled the first half of the fight. Ball comes back, 2 knockdowns. It was a close fight. I had Vargas by a point on my unofficial card. Israel Madrimov wins the WBA 154-pound championship with a terrific performance, knocks out previously undefeated Magomed Kurbanov in round 5 of their fight. It was a very good performance by Madrimov. He's now a player in the 154-pound division. Saw a lot of people tweeting they want to see Madrimov fight Virgil Ortiz. That's a good fight. That's a real good fight. Also, let's see here. Mark Chamberlain, the Turkey Al Sheikh's his personal project, scores a knockout in round number 4 over Mark Chamberlain. Chamberlain over Gavin Gwynn. Also, Justice Hooney I thought Lorena could have gotten that decision. I don't know how two judges saw 90 or two one judge saw 98-92 for Justice Hooney. So that's a good wrap up. No college basketball picks. I'll give you the Oklahoma City Thunder. I have Cleveland -1. I think I had 1.5. Oklahoma City -8.5 against Miami tonight. So there's your thing. Vinny Lamont is showing up to the chat. Vinny, good to have you watching. I appreciate you. We're going to be doing a lot more of this stuff after all the big fights coming up. Hopefully, we'll be at a lot of them, and we're going to do some live chat, some live discussion for a few minutes, or as long as people are giving some comments on the fights that just happened. Anyone give it a couple minutes to see if anyone else watched the fights and have any comments on the fights. We got some other people chiming in here. Okay, Mike Cameron's going against me. The basketball is another thing for another time. Stop with the basketball, Mike. Guys all happy because his Knicks have won 5 or 6 games this year for the first time since Willis Reed was playing for them. But if anyone has any quotes about Anthony Joshua or any comments about Joshua, Joseph Parker, maybe we'll get a rematch between Joshua and Parker, two guys really on the upswing in the heavyweight division. Next week, not much to go on. I believe there's a Golden Boy's got to fight William Zepeda. And I'm trying to think if there's I think there's a fight with Matchroom, but we'll talk about that on our podcast for earlier in the week that we're going to be doing. Next Friday night, I'll be in New York at Madison Square Garden Theater. I'm going to check out Callum Walsh, the up-and-coming middleweight from Ireland, who's taken the middleweight division. I don't say by storm, but he's got some players buying with Tom Lawford, Dana White, the UFC. So I look forward to checking that out at the Garden, and we will be reporting from there. And as you see at the bottom, 15rounds.com for all the latest boxing news. Follow me on X, please, Abrams Sports Inc., IG on Threads at Mark Abrams Boxing, and YouTube. Got a lot of cool things coming to YouTube. We just broadcast a live Country Box 14 on our YouTube page. It's still up there, so I think we're going to be doing some of that in the future. Maybe do some other live events as well, broadcasting some smaller shows from around the country, looking to do some of that stuff maybe, and we'll see how everything turns out. The heavyweight division is hot again. Fury Usyk, we got Joshua, we got Parker, we got some other guys, Jared Big Baby Anderson on the up and come as well. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for one last check. No more comments in the queue. Hope everyone enjoy. I love that card. I mean, I've been watching boxing since 10 a.m. So 9.5 hours of boxing on a Friday afternoon. That's fine by me. So hopefully we see everyone on our next live. Maybe we'll do something again after the fights next week. Everyone have a great week.